Hey guys, it's Sutton with LA Airsoft, and today we're going to be going over the best parts for high Capas for 2024. It's going to be every single part, our recommendations. We might give a couple different ones depending on stock and whatnot, so you can have the best upgrades for your high Capa. So to start with base guns, the tried and true, of course, is going to be Tokyo Marui. They have several variants, so this is the 5.1 black. They also have the 5.1 gold match. It's a little bit more expensive. It comes with the front sight and gold accents if you want a gold build without spending a ton of money. And then this 4.3 black is also another standard from Tokyo Marui. So no matter what upgrade parts you use, we highly recommend use the Tokyo Marui base guns. And everything will be linked down below in the description for you to check out. Alright guys, moving on to the HopUp setup, one of the most important pieces for accuracy and precision. First off, let's start with the outer barrel. By far our best selling and best outer barrels on the market are going to be the LA Capa Customs outer barrels. We have some Tornado ones as well as hex cut ones, just depending on the style that you want. The reason these are so good, they're lightweight aluminum and they have integrated O-rings. And what these O-rings do is actually stabilize the inner barrel inside of the outer barrel. You put O-rings in the back and in the front, and it's going to make your shooting a lot more accurate and no rattling around of the outer barrel in your gun. Airsoft Masterpiece does also make some steel ones if you do want a steel heavier barrel for that more real steel look. Moving on to inner barrel, our by and large favorite is PDI. So PDI, the 113, the 118, and the 97 are really good. I recommend the 118 for 5.1 high Capas because it goes all the way to the end of the outer barrel, so giving you extra FPS for no downside. 9-ball 600 outer barrel is also very good. We actually get about the same FPS despite that tighter inner barrel from our testing, so can't go wrong either way. PDI is our favorite, 9-ball is a close second. Our favorite bucking has to be the flat hop bucking from LA Capa. It has been really, I designed this personally myself. The performance increase you get from a 1099 upgrade is unbelievable. Such a good rubber, and it does come with that C-clip for extra stability of the rubber as well. And the tried and true Maple Leaf Decepticon is a close second. Really do like this bucking as well, but this is almost the best $12 you can spend on your airsoft gun for better performance, accuracy, and precision wise. And lastly, the TDC hop-ups have taken the market. We have been the first ones to actually design this and have a patent pending on the TDC design. Since then, a lot of other brands have also come out with their own. My favorite right now is the brass TTI one. It is a one-piece hop-up unit. It is really well designed, and the performance increase you get from this, yes, it's $75-80, but it is unbelievable in the amount of performance you get, both with the nozzle suction as well as the accuracy and precision with that perfectly top-down type hop-up. Next Speed also has their own. It's a bit easier to install. Both brands come in colors, so you cannot go wrong either way. It's essentially the same function. I really do like the one-piece design just from a stability standpoint. It's one piece, a little more solid. Both come in colors, brass and aluminum. Brass will give you a little bit better suction and performance with the nozzle and seal, and aluminum is more lightweight and comes in various colors. Next up, moving on to the actual recoil setup, starting with the recoil springs. Both Waldo Dynamics and AIP make really good recoil springs, so really depending on what you want, depending on how heavy your slide is, you want to adjust your recoil spring for that, as well as actually the recoil you want to feel, and kind of tailor and tune that one to the other. But both the Waldo, which comes in various colors, and the AIP are both very good for this. Probably the Waldo is what I would recommend the most. Moving on to short stroke kit, our LA Capa short stroke kit sells larger than any other one we carry by a large margin. Really good short stroke kit, both large, kind of thicker washers and ones that are a little bit softer, so you can really tailor your recoil to what you prefer and kind of test it out. We also have washers so that these aren't to kind of get clogged up on each other, etc. Moving on to the guide rods, our favorite and most well-sold guide rod is the LA Capa. Again, these come in all the different colors. LA Capa has 14 different colors for all of their parts, 10 anodizing, 4 PVD, and the manufacturing endeavors that we're going in on the backside, we're about to really change our manufacturing to always have everything in stock, 14 colors. Really, you can customize it beyond your wildest dreams. So a lot of these parts are LA Capa, but that is because of one, the design, and two, the availability, pricing, and the colors as well. So there's a hole in the back for 1911 style HopUp units, and it has a cool tornado design. Comes in 5.1 and 4.3. The cow one's a little bit interesting too, because it actually is a spring-loaded guide rod. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think short stroke's a better way to do this, but it does give an interesting feel if you want to try it out. A pretty unique design here. And with the guide plug, the LA Capa one is by and large my favorite. It actually has a Delrin plug, a ring inside of it, so it actually stabilizes your guide rod because there's a Delrin material ring that goes around the guide rod to actually stabilize it and actually provide a smoother recoil, as well as it actually short strokes your setup a little bit as well. And if we're out of stock of whatever color you want, the AIP one is lightweight and does essentially the same thing minus the rod. And let's move into the final parts of our upper here. So starting with the blowback unit, the lightest blowback unit on the market is the turbo blowback unit, 3 different size O-rings, a dual cylinder headed cylinder. This is, 12 colors, you can't beat this. So the lightest blowback unit, all in one, everything you need, guaranteed really well. Fits in all the slides too. Edge, the V2 edges also work really well as well, so another good option here. Next Speed does make a HopUp unit. I haven't tested it too much, but a very interesting design on their cylinder, so it might be worth checking out. But the turbo is by and large our best seller and does really well. And there is an optional insert if you want that low blowback feel. For newer users, I wouldn't recommend it. It can cause more problems than it helps, but it is there. In terms of shells, the best shell for FPS and seal is going to be the LA Capa Turbo nozzle shell. This thing's pretty rock solid, and the seal with our bucking and a maple leaf bucking is so good. The consistency and seal is unmatched. We recommend the stock TM internals, and if you want to put an AM valve in here for higher FPS, you can do that. And we are coming out with the full nozzle shell version with all the internals early next year, which is going to have aluminum internals, so be on the lookout for that. So plastic shell, aluminum internals, high flow design, all-in-one nozzle. For now, my favorite all-in-one is the Garter. Their shells are really good. They're probably the most durable on the market. Their seal is not quite as good. With buckings and things like that, you might lose a little FPS, but the durability is really good, and their internals come with this full set, so highly recommend that for durability. Nozzle springs, AIP nozzle springs are really good, as well as the Waldo Dynamics nozzle springs. Can't go wrong with either of those. Rear sights, kind of a couple different options here. Again, these come in all the different colors that LA Capa offers. If you want more of a low profile, lightweight design, we have this fiber optic that literally just slides in. It slides in from the side, so it can't pop out. It has the trapezoids on the side, but it does screw directly into your blowback unit for more blowback unit stability. And then if you want all-in-one, this has fiber optics, it's adjustable up and down, it has a charging handle that you can put on either side, and it does screw down into the blowback unit too, and slide in with the trapezoids on the side. So this is the all-in-one version, this is more of your lightweight version. Both are really well designed, they're not gonna fly out like the AIP ones do. Really good rear sight. And front sight, can't go wrong with either of these. These actually have screws that set into the slide. So instead of having to use super glue or things of that nature, you can actually just use Loctite and screw the screw down. It puts pressure on the bottom of the slide, which would be, for example, right on this part, and then actually tensions the front sight on this little post here. So you don't need super glue or anything like that. The cow one, and then this one has all the different colors if you want a colored front sight. Again, screws directly down into the slide and then tensions that front sight. Both come with fibers, really cool looks and designs, so can't go wrong with either of those. Next up, moving on to the lower. So we're gonna start with the frame and go from there. The best frames on the market, these are drop-in. These have TM style internals. I cannot stress how easy it is to upgrade, and also how good the performance is on the TM style hammer internals versus the advanced frame type system. The LA Capa competition frames, we're actually releasing a V3 version with an included sear that is pre-adjusted for this frame. So basically all of the aftermarket hammers will basically seat perfectly by default, as well as changing up a few small aesthetic things so that the frames work on all aftermarket grips, not just TM and Rs, as well as a few things for the safety. So these V3 competition frames, we're about to have a restock of these, are such a good part and really the best frame on the market for ease of use and performance. Next up would be Edge on the advanced frame. Really good advanced frames. Can't say too much about them. They're a bit finicky. Note, if you do use the advanced frame systems, you have to use all AM parts. That means AM hammer, AM disconnector, AM valve knocker, typically is what we've seen actually work and give good results, as well as the AM firing pin spring. You must be sure to use that. But once it is all together and works properly after some finagling, it does perform pretty well. Moving on to safeties, Nextpeed has really good safeties with a really cool kind of steel insert right here on them, as well as some kind of padded inserts. These are really good, really solid safeties. Our safeties are really good too. They come in a bunch of colors, and they have an optional 4-3 style, so you actually can have the right side of your safeties just be a little nub. Again, all more information on all these products will be found in the description on our product pages. Grip safety, no real question here. These are drop-in, they look really good, they're priced really well, all the different colors, just easy, good safety, love those. Slide stops, Nextpeed has a really cool slide stop. They also have some with thumb rests as well if you're into that, and really well priced too, lots of colors, so they're really good. The LA Capa ones are really good too, kind of just a drop-in part. Hammers, AM hammers are really good if you're using an AM frame. They do tend to give a harder pull. In terms of a light pull, really what you're looking for are the LA Capa Hive hammers. Those are really, really good. Drop in, gives such a nice crisp pull. The Nextpeed ones we've found work pretty well too, but really cannot recommend the Hive hammers enough. In terms of sear, this is one that you really want to pair to your hammer. We find that the LA Capa sear and the 9-ball sear, so that 9-ball new Neo sear they released, work really, really well. And we've seen some pretty good things with the Nextpeed sear as well. So a few different options for sears that we'd recommend in that regard. Hammer internals, the LA Capa hammer internals are really good. The Cal ones are good. The Airsoft Masterpiece ones are okay. You got to use those for the advanced frame. So not going to mention all those here, but we can link them down below. Kind of can't go wrong. But here's the valve knocker, disconnector, firing pin. I will mention this full auto disconnector too. So we have a full auto disconnector. You drop it in your frame, your gun will shoot full auto. We do recommend that you use our turbo blowback unit because of the ramp that's at the bottom of the blowback unit to allow your hammer not to get caught halfway up due to the design of the blowback unit. So if you want to shoot full auto, get this disconnector, get a turbo blowback unit, and you should be good to go. And then for plungers, we recommend the AIP one. It's the best for the price. Airsoft Masterpiece also has a plunger kit. So yeah, these are the parts we recommend for the frame. And lastly, we're gonna go over the grip. We're gonna do this in a couple different parts. First off, the best aluminum grips by and large are the LA Capa aluminum grips. They work with stock frames, they work with Edge Airsoft Masterpiece frames, and they work with our frames. We've seen some troubles with some other aftermarket aluminum grips working with various different frames, but these, rest assured, will work with all of them. They also have cuts right here where you can actually insert a set screw to adjust the trigger bar pre-travel of your trigger. So an actually new feature that's never been done before, and it mimics the TM style of grip. So you can use TM style mag wells, TM style mag catches, so you can really customize the colors and look of your grip. Comes with the LA cutout and the standard cutout. Plastic grip wise, the Sci Capa ones are really good, variety of patterns. These are actually from the Cal grips themselves, so highly recommend these. The best two upgrades you can do for your trigger pull, without a doubt, is the Cal Trident Sear Spring and the Cal Hammer Spring. We sell thousands and thousands of these. These are such a good pairing, $25 to absolutely increase your trigger pull and performance, so cannot recommend these enough. Trigger bar, there's a Masterpiece one piece. We're a huge fan of the one piece trigger bar. They have a really good one. We have one as well that'll be back in stock shortly. And AIP has a really good replacement TM one if you do just want that kind of tension one. But the one-piece trigger bar, Airsoft Masterpiece, it's expensive, but it's really good. Trigger-wise, we have a really good trigger. Nextbeat has a really good trigger. There's a ton of good ones out there. This has an adjustable after pull travel and really just slots in and have a really good default fit. You don't have to do any shaving or anything. Grip screws, we have 14 colors of ours with the new PVD ones coming out, and then Cow has some really cool steel grip screws as well. Can't really go wrong there. And these newer versions that have been out for the past couple years won't snap at all. Really good, durable design. And then lastly, for this section, mag catches, Nextbeat and LA Capa both have all the different color options you could want. LA Capa a little bit more so. They have the extended catch as well, so you can actually rotate it, adjust it, and has a really good pull. This one you can't rotate or adjust, but still pretty good. And overall, really good build on both of these for your mag catch, so can't go wrong here. And then to end things off here, our favorite magwells, the LA Capa, they're just easy, they go on. Really any magwell works fine, just the aesthetics are really nice. And Edge has a really nice one as well with a bunch of different colors. Magazine wise, for your high Capa magazines, we totally recommend these upgraded valves. These will get more FPS out of your gun and are a really good upgrade for longevity too. And these gaskets. These gaskets provide a much better seal with your nozzle than the stock ones. Cannot recommend these enough. Super easy to change out, come in a pack of 2. You must get these for all your magazines and this for your magazines as well if you would like that extra bit of FPS. Adapter wise, there's a lot of great ones out there. Primary Airsoft is our favorite adapter. They're straight adapters, really good quality. CTM has an adapter too that's pretty cheap. That's a good quality one as well if you want to get something a little more budget. But these work really, really well. And then I do want to mention for HPA that we have our HPA CO2 adapter. So instead of using those big tanks, you can actually use this adapter with a 74 gram or an 88 gram CO2, much smaller package. CO2 is over 3 times as dense as normal compressed air, so you're getting a ton more shots out of the box. We advertise 1,500 rifle shots with an HPA engine and 800 plus shots with a pistol. So these are gonna last you a long time. Screw this directly in and just have your normal regulator. So you can take your normal regulator, screw this adapter piece in that has a lot of cool features built in. We actually have our own video on this product that we made in partnership with Polar Star, and then pick your CO2. So highly recommend that system as well. So this has been the best high Capa parts of 2024. There are a lot of cool things that LA Capa is coming out with in 2025 manufacturing wise, as well as I'm sure some other brands too. So really reaching the pinnacle of high Capa performance. It has never been a better time to start your build today. And LA Capa, actually, with our manufacturing endeavors, we have changed a lot of things and we are going to be having much better stock of all of our parts and colors. So really, really good things to come in 2025 as far as LA Capa, our brand of manufacturing, and other brands as well. And do keep in mind, this is just our opinion, so if you have a difference of opinion or have any other parts that I may have missed, please be sure to leave those in the comments down below. There are a ton of great companies out there making high Capa parts and you can't really go wrong. But with that, these are the best parts of 2024. All of these parts and way more are available on our website, laairsoft.com, so please be sure to go there and check us out, and be sure to message us if you have any questions. We fulfill 7 days a week and we'll get your order right out to you and have a great team standing by to assist you. So please take care, have a good one, and we will see you in the next video.